let's talk about how the game ended last night. It was fascinating. The Warriors were down 8 going into the fourth quarter. They cut the lead to 4. They get the ball. They have the ball down 4, and then Draymond Green and Sabonis get tied up, and Draymond Green stomps on his chest, starts yelling at the crowd, just totally loses it. Draymond Green, 4-time champion, potential future Hall of Famer, loses it, gets ejected, and that's the game right there.
Yeah.
What did you think of that? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, boy, I have so much to say about it.
Because real quick, it was either going to be down 4 with the ball, and then it changed to down 5 with the Kings had the ball, and Draymond's out. I mean, that's huge. So go ahead.
So he got ejected, and I think correctly so. He got ejected with 7 minutes to go, the 7 crucial minutes of the game. And maybe they wouldn't have won, but they would have had a much better shot if he were there. So I'm saying he contributed big time to the loss. He should wear a letter on his forehead, L, for loss and loser. So let's look at what happened. They went down, he and this Sabonis. Sabonis did a shitty thing. As Draymond tried to get up, he grabbed his legs. That was punk. That was a punk thing to do. And Draymond had every right to be angry, but he had no right to take the game into his own hands. I used to be in a lot of team meetings with Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh was a boxing fan like me. He understood a punch to the face, and he wanted his offensive linemen to attack. But I heard him say 100 times, if someone hits you, walk away. It's not a matter of your pride and your honor and you winning a fight. We don't want you to hurt our team. If you get into a fight, you're going to have to deal with me. I don't care what happened. Walk away. So that to me is axiomatic. It's the bottom line. So a schmuck, and a schmuck in Yiddish means a dick. It comes from German jewels. In Yiddish, it means family jewels, testicles, penis, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Schmuckler.
Yeah.
Schmuckler is a jeweler. So when I was growing up, there was a lot of Yiddish slang in my Jewish neighborhood. You called a guy a schmuck. It was like calling him a dick. It was a bad thing to call someone. I'm saying he acted like a schmuck. The guy pulled legs. They called Vowel on Sabonis. That's all he needed. What he needed to do was listen to Bill Walsh and walk away. What he did, he made it worse. Instead of him being the victim, he stomped on Sabonis' chest. That was a very aggressive thing to do. It looked like a move in professional wrestling. And he really did it hard. It was intentional. So the officials, I think correctly, called a technical 2 on him and ejected him. And what was the upshot? First of all, he got thrown out and helped lose the game. So he didn't pay attention to Bill Walsh's axiom. He was so unnerved, he starts yelling at the crowd. Iggy, he looked like a fool. He did. He looked like a fool. And if I were Kerr, I would take him aside and say, don't ever do that shit again. You hurt our team. Now we're down 2-0. There was no excuse for it. They called the technical on this guy. Walk away. And if you have to deal with him after the season's over. That's how I feel about him.
I hear you, Dad. I hear you, and I agree with everything you said. He acted like a total schmuck. Now let's talk about Sabonis. If Green acted like a schmuck, how did Sabonis act? You called him a punk. No, you called him, they're different. You called him a punk.
Okay. Yes.
I called him a weasel. I would call him a weasel.
I like weasel.
Draymond did it in front of everyone. He didn't try to be sneaky about it. He stomped on his chest. He was angry. He was stupid. And then he was yelling to the crowd. It was stupid. A schmuck is his own worst enemy. A schmuck gets himself in trouble. A schmuck is the guy who hits second and right in front of the ref and gets in trouble. A weasel, and everyone can sympathize with a schmuck because everyone has schmucky moments. Everyone has moments where you don't have the poise you should have. A weasel's different. Weasel's an instigator. Weasel tries to act like he's innocent. Weasel tries to act like he didn't do anything wrong. And the way I saw Sabonis in that, it started early. He got boxed out by Clay on a critical possession. The Warriors are about to get the ball down 4. He gets boxed out by Clay. He grabs Clay by the back and tries to throw him down, like to draw a foul. That's dangerous. Falls to the ground without getting pushed, rolls into Draymond's knees. That's dangerous and intentional, but sneaky and weaselly. Then he grabs Draymond's leg as Draymond tries to run up the court for the fast break. Also dangerous and sneaky and weaselly. So I agree with you that Draymond acted like a schmuck, and he cost his team. But the other one was a weasel, and I think the refs essentially sided with the weasel over the schmuck. What I would have done was say, look, flagrant one, you both are in trouble, but neither one's ejected. Let's play on, because neither one's injured, and it's a bunch of stupid bullshit. Act like grown-ups and move on. It's the playoffs. Or kick them both out. But to side with one over the other felt wrong to me.
Okay, Iggy, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Now that you phrased it, schmuck versus weasel, I like a schmuck better than a weasel. Now,
me too. Who can respect the weasel?
In terms of real weasels in the animal kingdom, I've never met a weasel, but weasels have very bad pub. They have very bad publicity.
Not good.
Not good. So
not good.
I don't know what weasels do that people don't like them, but it's bad to be a weasel.
They're sneaky. They pretend like they're innocent and they're cuddly, but really, no, they're coming. They're going to steal your stuff. You can't trust them. And the thing is, look, you could say Draymond's a schmuck, and he is. And a schmuck is a loser. Draymond's a 4-time champion. Sabonis has never won a playoff series. So right now, he's a weasel who pissed off a schmuck who's a champion, and now they got more games to go. So we'll see what happens. They're going to meet at the crossroads in 2 days, and I can't wait. 3 days.
Iggy, I love what you said. I would have given them both a flagrant 2 and kicked them both out for the game.
Fair.
This
is game 2. We're not going to have this shit in this series. I'm taking over right now. That's fair.
Yeah,
but to leave one guy in, I don't like that shit.
Okay,
anyway.
We've reached an agreement here. I want to say one other thing about Sabonis that I don't like about him.
What?
How many times a game is he writhing on the court in agony? What a drama queen!
Oh God, he looked I thought he broke multiple ribs.
Right, and then all of a sudden he's in death throes, and then 10 seconds later he's up and playing. What did he go to drama school? That's part of being a weasel.
Did you see, like a minute before that happened, he ran into Draymond, fell down. They called a foul on Draymond, and the Warriors had to challenge the play, and they overturned it. Like, come on, Sabonis, that's weasel behavior. And he looks like a weasel.
He has weasel. Oh boy, we're going full weasel on Sabonis.
He's got beady eyes. He's tall. He's a big weasel. He might be a kangaroo. I don't know.
Kangaroos are nice.
They're not. No, hey, you catch the wrong kangaroo in the Outback, they will mess you up.
But he's a weasel. Yeah.
Oh, he's definite weasel. MJ, better than Kobe, better than LeBron James. Giannis will be 3 when he retires, says Neil.
Okay.
I gotta love the pecking order. It's always being debated. Ominous24 says, after a few years of this, I can finally summarize this in one sentence. Kyle makes it hard to be a fan of this team. Interesting. I think Kyle makes a really intriguing team that's very profitable to discuss. I appreciate Kyle for that. Team is very interesting.
Okay. I have a serious question for you.
Sure.
Is Kyle a schmuck?
Oh, yes.
I have an answer.
Yes.
I'd say no. No.
Why?
No. He's borderline.
Because he's the one that beats himself at the end. He's the one.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He gets in his own way, like Draymond. Like Draymond again. You fell for it again. You knew he was baiting you, dude. I mean, it's like that's the thing with Draymond. Like everyone knows who you are. You have a reputation. Mike Brown used to coach you. Now you know it's coming. Larry Krueger on my show yesterday said the Warriors are going to lose. Draymond's going to get kicked out of the game. He freaking said it. Everyone saw it coming, and he fell for it again. That's Kyle. Like, dude, you did it again. I don't know. You got your fourth quarterback hurt.
Okay, I'm willing to go with that. I want to come back to basketball for a moment. Do you think Mike Brown has maybe said to his players, "Let's try to get Draymond injected.
Of course.
Let's piss him off"?
Of course, I would if I were him.
I'd say there's no question about it. That this guy is a loose cannon. He's going to screw himself and the team.
Yeah, and that's fine. But you're throwing yourself into his legs and grabbing his legs that's a little bit more. To me, it's like That's what trash talk is for. That's what you talk about each other's parents and siblings and stuff like that. And I don't know. Gammon Brown says mental warfare in the 90s. It was the Jordan rules. 2000s, hack a Shaq. This series, trolling Green. It happened game 1, game 2. It will happen in game 3, and Green hasn't even figured it out yet. Game within the game. We were just discussing it. Totally agree. And I think it's one of many ways that Mike Brown is doing a great job in this series.
Okay, I want to say one other thing.
Yes.
We know 2 things this season about Draymond Green. He sucker punched Jordan Poole. And the way the Warriors responded was not so much anger, but where did the video come from? That's what they were concerned about. And then
like they didn't leak it.
And then he stomped on some guy's chest. I wonder if he has anger management problems.
I would think he does. But again, the thing that's great about Draymond is he's a winner. So he's an enigma. Yep. He's not like a freaking loser that needs to retire. He is an enigma, and he could win the game or lose the game for you on any given night. Larry called it, though. Neil says, and how would you feel about Embiid going to Golden State? Well, it'd be great. He's the greatest center in the league. Anoop says, Commanders sold for $6 billion. Time to sell. To win 23 Super Bowl, make Denise York executive chair. Our Georgia Frontier, hire an OC and strip Kyle of play calling, says Anoop. They could. It's true. The Yorks could sell right now and get like $10 billion probably.
I don't think they're going to sell.
No. Little Lord Stewie says Debo gets his leg twisted by the Seahawks and Green gets his leg locked by the Kings. Bobo0383 says, for all his antics, but Green needs to play better too. He was reckless all game. After he got ejected, the Warriors actually tied the game late.
Good point.